with my ex, which is your current boyfriend.
Yeah, because
She said proof. So the way you decided to prove it was
by calling her to let her, for that she can hear it for herself.
Had multiple sex in that truck too as well. So let's come on, boo-boo, let's not get it twisted. Your man be sleeping with me every night. And then when he lying to you, calling you, saying he's doing overtime, he's with me.
Is that something you proud of?
No, I'm just letting her know the truth. These are the facts.
See, you made your way to my hotel.
That is not true,
Right.
Your Honor. We did go to dinner, Your Honor. But
And afterwards?
I went to my respective places.
No, he came to my room.
Mr. Wiggins, you look like you lying.
No, because
Mr. Sedeno explains his reason for being in court. He doubts the paternity of Ms. Ramirez's 1.5-month-old daughter, Aislinn, suspecting a paternity trap to lure him back. This sets the stage for the case, highlighting the tension and the stakes involved. Just when you think it can't get more intense, it does. Stay tuned for what's next.
You are seeking the results of a paternity test for Ms. Ramirez's 1.5-month-old daughter, Aislinn. You claim you two broke up and now you have no feelings for Ms. Ramirez whatsoever. You say she's claiming you are her baby's father in a fraudulent attempt to try to get you to come back to her.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any more dramatic, Ms. Ramirez admits to a jaw-dropping method of proving infidelity to Mr. Sedeno's girlfriend by making a call during an intimate moment. This revelation heightens the drama and illustrates the complex, strained relationships among the parties involved. Brace yourself. The saga continues, and it's even more outrageous.
I texted her first, and I told her that I was gonna sleep. I told her that I was gonna sleep with him, and she told me to prove it. So when we were having sex, I called her on the phone so that she could hear.
What? You got on the phone with his girlfriend.
Yes.
I gotta get this. You said, I'm gonna have sex with my ex, which is your current boyfriend.
Yeah, because
She said proof. So the way you decided to prove it was
by calling her to let her, for that she can hear it for herself.
Guess what comes out of the woodwork now? Mr. Sedeno confesses to repeatedly sleeping with Ms. Ramirez, despite being in another relationship and having doubts about the paternity of Aislinn. This ongoing infidelity and the chaotic interpersonal dynamics underscore the complexity of the situation. But wait, there's more chaos to come.
just that one day.
No, it's been
Only one day.
last few years we've been sleeping together.
5 to 4 of the guys that she sleeps with daily, so I mean...
I don't sleep with any.
Are you submitting to this court that you've only slept with Ms. Ramirez one time since you've been in the relationship with your current
No, this is
girlfriend?
since
I keep track of my monthly cycle. I know when we slept together. We slept together just a
Not
few
since
weeks
I've
ago.
been back from Atlanta. No.
Really?
And just when you think you've seen it all, the court discusses a provocative text message that indicates Ms. Ramirez's intent to get pregnant by Mr. Sedeno, potentially as a form of retaliation or manipulation. This moment reveals the depth of planning and potential deceit in the relationship. The next twist is just around the corner, and it's a doozy.
3 minutes later, she's pregnant.
So you heard through the grapevine, through a friend, that she was setting you up.
Yeah, he showed me the text. Pretty much, I'm gonna get Michael to have another kid with me. Well, I just had a kid with my girlfriend a month prior to her baby that she just had.
So you got a baby by your current girlfriend.
Yes.
Here's the big reveal everyone's been waiting for. The paternity test results are revealed.
When it comes to 1.5-month-old Aislinn, Mr. Sedeno, you are her father.
I told you. Now you can't deny her. She's your kid.
You won't believe how this starts. The story begins with Ms. Wilson openly admitting to an affair with a married man, Mr. McKnight, and she's more than upset. He's denying their 1-year-old daughter, Shakira. She thinks their hidden romance should lead to him leaving his wife. As she pushes for this big change, get ready because the courtroom is about to heat up.
Ms. Wilson, you admit to an affair with a married man, and now you are furious that he's denying your 1-year-old daughter, Shakira. You say your relationship with Mr. McKnight may have been a secret, but your daughter isn't, and once you prove he's the father, you want him to leave his wife and go home with you.
Strap in for more chaos. Mr. McKnight, alongside his wife, stands firm, admitting to falling into temptation, but strongly denies being Shakira's father. He suggests other men could be the father due to Ms. Wilson's relationships. Trust me, the story thickens even more from here.
You are in court today with your wife, and you testify you fell victim to temptation, but you weren't the only man. And you are 100% certain you are not Shakira's biological father. So, Ms. Wilson, explain why today's results are so important to you.
Because my daughter is not a secret, and she needs to know her other siblings.
And the roller coaster continues. Ms. Wilson explains why today's DNA results are crucial for her. She reveals their affair began when she returned his lost wallet. But don't go anywhere, because what happens next is even more shocking.
How did this start?
I was coming in to cash my check, and I seen a wallet on the floor, and I picked the wallet up, and I seen his ID, and and it said Ramon McKnight. And I said, I seen him at the job. So when I seen him at the job, I handed him his wallet. And so after that, I seen him numerous times, and then he just asked me for my number.
Oh, so it started off as a good Samaritan.
Yes.
And once that happened, it started communication.
Yes.
Here's where it gets spicy. From a simple act of kindness to secret hotel meetups, Ms. Wilson describes how returning a wallet led to late-night chats. Mr. McKnight shifted from being a damsel in distress to a Casanova, despite being married. Oh, but wait, there's more drama ahead.
And did he say to you, I'm married?
He was keep telling me like he was tired of his wife.
I never said that.
Yes, Your Honor, he did. He told me he was tired of her. She
So
don't
he
cook.
told you he was married, but he
Yes.
said, I'm tired of my wife.
Yes.
Your Honor, may I
Yes.
say something, please?
That's what they all say.
Your Honor.
Yes, that's what he told me. He
Your
told me he
Honor.
was tired of her. She don't cook. All she do is be home, watch the kids. She not trying to work. She not trying to help me provide with children.
Cue the plot twist. Mrs. McKnight, the betrayed wife, steps up to challenge Ms. Wilson's story, pointing out inconsistencies between private phone calls and court statements. Things quickly get very complicated. Buckle up because the emotional fireworks are just starting.
What she just said in here in court, that's not what she told me. She was the one who initiated contact. When Miss Wilson contacted me, she said that my husband and her and some other co-workers were all pretty much powwowing.
Me and Raymond was having sex every day. Every day we get off of work, he was coming to have sex with me.
Where?
day.
At your house?
At my house, at a room, in the car he bought her.
Just when you thought it couldn't get more tangled, the argument heats up as Mrs. McKnight questions Ms. Wilson's decision to continue the affair, knowing Mr. McKnight was married. As Mrs. McKnight fights for her children's right to know their siblings, the courtroom braces for the next bombshell.
Had multiple sex in that truck too as well. So come on, boo-boo, let's not get it twisted. Your man be sleeping with me every night. And when he lying to you, calling you, saying he's doing overtime, he's with me.
Is that something you proud of?
No, I'm just letting her know the truth. These are the facts.
See, yes, I am legally married to my husband, and that's why I'm standing by him right now. But as a woman, I don't have to go back and forth with Miss Wilson. I don't have to try to degrade her. I felt like some adult in this position needed to be responsible.
Can you handle what's next? Attention turns back to Mr. McKnight, the man caught in the middle. His tangled testimony begins to fall apart, revealing the workplace gossip and peer pressure that fueled the affair. Don't move an inch. The revelations are about to get even more intense.
As a married man at your job, supposed to be minding the business that pays you,
Yes, ma'am.
that you end up trying to sleep with Miss Wilson.
It started, as she said, she did find my wallet, but it was a co-worker that used to work with us. And he was telling me like, man, you should try to get her.
Did someone say drama overload? The story circles back to the sneaky details of the affair, with Ms. Wilson and Mr. McKnight sharing their not-so-secret encounters. This segment dives deep into the murky waters of deceit and casual flings. But hold on, there's another twist coming.
You're trying to say that Miss Wilson was promiscuous?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, like I said, when I found his wallet, he was very flirtatious. Buy me Skittles, Pops, leaving there for me.
Where did you all go to have sex?
He paid for it, hotels, my house, his car he got her that she got repo in the truck.
I never been with her in my truck.
Brace yourself for the climax. As the episode nears its conclusion, the stakes are higher with emotional and legal consequences fully displayed.
But clearly that didn't work because you're here.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
What happened?
He was coming to my department, always helping me, always flirting with me, always talking to me. I said, Ramon, look, it is what it is. I'm done with you. He like, I'm gonna get you back. One day I was bending over to go put the boxes on the pallet, and Ramon came behind me and bumped his front of me. He was like, I'm gonna get you back.
That never happened.
Yes, Your Honor, it have happened.
That
Yes.
never happened.
This segment kicks off the drama-packed case of Wiggins versus Davis. Mr. Wiggins steps into the courtroom, ready to drop a bombshell. He's contesting paternity, claiming the test results will turn his world upside down. He's here to prove he's not the father of Ms. Davis's child, Aubrey Wiggins. Watch how this shakes out next.
Mr. Wiggins, you are here in court to prove that you are not the father of Ms. Davis' child, Aubrey Wiggins, and say today's result will change your life. Ms. Davis, you claim that Mr. Wiggins knows he's the father of your child and is trying to deny her, already has 3 children, and doesn't want to step up and be a father.
You'll never guess what he says next. Mr. Wiggins dives into the juicy details of his personal turmoil, revealing how the paternity accusation cost him his marriage. He's desperate to clear his name and win back his family after a separation that sent him spiraling. Keep your eyes peeled for what he spills next.
Being alleged the father of Aubrey, I lost my wife and I want to regain my family.
Lost your family? You were married at the time? Explain.
Yes, Your Honor, I was married and me and my wife went through a separation separation due to a rough patch. Through my separation, I became a little antsy, I guess, for lack of better terms.
Here's where it gets spicy. Mr. Wiggins spills the beans on how the affair began with Ms. Davis, who was conveniently working for his relative. It was supposed to be a no-strings-attached fling, but oh boy, did it morph into a full-blown soap opera. You won't want to miss what's coming up.
Approached her. Was never supposed to be anything else more than just sex.
No.
But you didn't use
We was
protection.
together for almost 2 years and a half.
We was never together.
Almost 2.5 years?
Yes, sir.
It just, it kind of went longer than it should have.
Your hope is that if you can prove that Aubrey is not your biological child, that you can convince your ex-wife, which, the woman, I guess she left because of this situation?
Yes, ma'am.
Just when you thought it couldn't get more tangled, Ms. Davis throws a curveball, insisting Mr. Wiggins had dreams of a picket fence future with her, totally smashing his casual fling narrative. The clash of their stories just adds more fuel to this fiery drama. Wait till you hear what's next.
He stated that multiple times.
Was he telling you there was going to be a future?
Yes, he wanted to get a divorce from his wife.
No,
he wanted
Your
to be
Honor.
with me.
No, Your Honor.
Were you still trying to work it out with your wife? You were sleeping with Ms. Davis?
I was. That's also the reason why I have a child that's 2 months
Apart.
younger with my wife.
They were pregnant at the same time, your wife and your mistress.
Right.
They were, Your Honor.
Grab your popcorn, folks. Mr. Wiggins admits he was playing the field, sweet-talking Ms. Davis to keep the affair alive. The crowd's reaction? Priceless jeering. He's weaving a web of lies that's just getting messier. The next revelation will have your jaw on the floor.
You were a married man.
was.
You sleeping with this girl. You approached her, pursued her.
It's not 2.5 years.
It was 2.5.
We did sleep around for months, but it wasn't 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
How did your wife find out?
Miss Davis told her that she was pregnant and that she wasn't going anywhere. She inboxed her on Facebook, which
Right.
caused a lot of havoc in my life.
You wasn't going to be a man.
It caused the havoc, or did you cause the
He
havoc?
did, because, right.
Hold on to your seats. It's a wild ride. The paternity saga gets juicier as Mr. Wiggins recounts a misunderstanding about another man that casts serious doubt on the paternity of Aubrey. Discoveries about secretive chats crank up the drama to 11. Fasten your seatbelt for the fallout.
Besides that,
Well,
he wants to go through my phone, found a little statement about
No,
me and the
it's
guy
much
talking.
more than that, Your Honor. Let's back it up a little. Yes, we did intend to plan Valentine's Day together. However, prior to us going to the hotel, we got into a bit of an altercation. I don't remember the exact details. And my family member seen her be picked up by another guy
That was my cousin.
that
I
she
wasn't
claims
being
to be her cousin.
Did you see that twist coming? The plot thickens over a disputed birth certificate, suggesting sneaky shenanigans with the paperwork. This pivotal scene could change everything about Mr. Wiggins' claim. The suspense is building, and you'll want to see what explodes next.
Did you have doubt when she initially told you she was pregnant?
No.
Absolutely.
No, you didn't.
The birth certificate, I was at the hospital.
You were?
I were. Not when the
signed it.
birth certificate was signed. I can show you.
Is this the exhibit you brought
It
today?
is.
I'd like to see it.
I'm educated enough to know my own birth date. This is the birth certificate. Apparently she knew my name. This is the birth date that's listed on Aubrey's birth certificate. My birthday is November the 9th, 1990.
The one
this
you wrote.
11/11/1990.
And
I
you
didn't
wrote
write
it.
anything.
And the plot thickens. On the eve of the court showdown, both Mr. Wiggins and Ms. Davis confess to still mixing business with pleasure, despite the chaos it's caused. This bombshell hints at deeper emotional ties and a whole lot of unresolved issues. The climax is up next, and it's a doozy.
It's been a while.
Last night.
No. Your Honor, we was at separate hotels. No, Your Honor, that's not true.
And you made your way to my hotel.
That is not true,
Right.
Your Honor. We did go to dinner, Your Honor, but
And afterwards?
I went to my respective places. she
No,
went
he
to
came
hers.
to my room.
Mr. Wiggins, you look like you lying.
No, because
Get ready for the big reveal. The DNA results are finally in.
Mr. Wiggins, you are the father.
Can you handle what's unfolding? The introduction not only sets the stage, but throws down the gauntlet for a family drama that's nothing short of a soap opera. 3 adults, 2 mothers, and 1 elusive defendant are at the heart of this paternity battle, each armed with their own high-stakes emotional baggage. And if you think that's juicy, just wait until you see what's next.
3 different adults with 2 different mothers brought the same defendant to court today in an effort to prove paternity. Mr. Heron and Mr. Medley, you are here to Mr. Medley Sr. that you are indeed his son.
Things are starting to simmer now. Judge Lake steps up to bat, addressing the high-tension claims from Mr. Heron and Mr. Medley, who are both on a mission to prove their paternity, while Ms. Johnson is all about proving that the defendant, who shockingly claimed ignorance of her existence, is indeed her father. As the tension mounts, the courtroom buzzes with anticipation. Strap in, because the roller coaster is just getting started.
You grew up without a father for 26 years and claimed when you finally found the defendant, he claimed he didn't know you existed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Medley Sr., you say the results of today's paternity test will you had every reason to doubt all three.
Yes, Your Honor.
Grab your tissues, folks. The emotional floodgates open as Mr. Medley Jr. delivers a heart-wrenching testimony about the void left by his father's absence. He directly challenges Mr. Medley Sr., demanding answers to painful questions about neglect and denial of paternity. This poignant moment sets the stage for even more emotional revelations. You'll want to stick around for this.
Without having a father.
It affected me in life. Want to know why he wasn't in my life? Why would you give me your full name? Why would you sign my birth certificate if you deny me as your child? It hurts me like all get out.
Did he really just say that? Mr. Medley Sr. throws a curveball with his defense, delving into a backstory filled with suspicions of infidelity. His tales of a rocky past with the children's mother draw gasps and murmurs from the crowd. This plot twist paints a dramatic backstory leading up to today's paternity disputes. And believe me, it's about to get even wilder.
I went to audition for a band. The trumpet player was acting kind of strange, like he didn't want me, and I knew everything went well. And as I was leaving, he came to me and he said, he's like, I know this guy is tripping and everything, but I think the reason he's tripping is because he thinks you're here to start some trouble. I'm like, why do I want to start trouble? I'm a drummer. I'm not. He said, well, she has been with him, but he didn't know that she was married.
This moment is a real tearjerker. Mr. Heron lays it all out, confronting Mr. Medley Sr. with a raw and powerful question about his denial and absence during critical life events. This emotional confrontation brings the courtroom to a hushed standstill as everyone absorbs the weight of his words. But keep your eyes peeled, because there's more drama ahead.
His mom came down for Christmases,
birthdays, everything.
Gave us
and she
everything.
treated us like we was her grandkid.
And
she told us no matter what your daddy say, you guys are always gonna be my grandkid. Look at me. Do our door not look like you? Honestly. Spitting in it. And you gonna sit up here and say that I'm not your son?
I don't know.
You won't believe what comes next. The drama intensifies as past incidents that scarred the children come to light, including a particularly severe injury that went unsupported by Mr. Medley Sr. The courtroom's tension spikes as these revelations lead to harsh criticisms of Mr. Medley Sr.'s fatherly duties, or lack thereof. And just when you think you've seen it all, there's more.
And in the 80s, we did not have DNA. We had blood tests. I tried to get blood tests, but now just a swab of the mouth, so there's no pain in that.
Well, there is a lot of pain here, I have to say. I see it. Whether you are or you aren't their biological father, you have to recognize that.
I've been through a lot also.
Here comes the big reveal. In a climactic moment, Judge Lake delivers the DNA test results, confirming Mr. Medley Sr.'s paternity for both Mr. Heron and Mr. Medley Jr. The courtroom erupts in a mix of vindication and new challenges. This pivotal moment is not just a reveal, but a gateway to even more unexpected developments. Stay tuned, the excitement continues.
It has been determined by this court, you are the father. Moving on to the results for Victor Medley Jr. It has been determined by this court that you are the father.
Talk about a plot twist. After the DNA bombshells, Mr. Medley Sr.'s response hints at reconciliation, but quickly spirals into blame and conflict over the mother's alleged lifestyle. This leads to a heated and revealing exchange about values and responsibility. And guess what? The emotional fireworks are far from over.
They would receive you. Yes, yes. Yes.
Love you, man.
Expect the unexpected. In a stunning turn of events, the DNA results.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Medley Sr., you are not her father.
Okay.